Hello everyone, in this video we're going to install Git on Windows.
Be sure to check out the links in the descriptions and or the website or playlists that are linked below to get the full series on learning Git.
And so the first thing I want to do is go to Git. I'm just going to type in Git in a search engine, and there's a Git SEM website. And then in here there is, well, okay, maybe if you type in Git install, but I don't know. There's a page that basically says that in order to download Git for Windows, there's a downloads section, and then you can download it specifically for Windows. I'm going to pick this one. So I think that's the most recent one, 2.38. Okay, yeah, I guess the easier way to do it would be to click this, but I think that's going to be the same thing. Okay, so that has been downloaded. Let's double click. I don't know if this is an exe file, but let's just double click it. Okay, do you want to allow to make changes? Yes. We'll hit next, next, and I don't think I need any of this. Next. Next.
You can select a default editor for Git to open when it needs to open a file. The most popular editor currently seems to be VS Code, so I chose that one. Because Visual Studio Code is not installed on my system, the installer grayed out the next button until VS Code is actually installed. So I clicked on the VS Code link they provided and installed it on my system. If you want to see a video on installing VS Code, you can check the link in the description. Now that VS Code is installed, we can hit the back button if necessary and then go forward again, and Git will recognize that VS Code is installed and allow us to proceed. The following steps, I almost always choose the defaults. If you're going to be choosing a non-default setting at this point, you likely have experience with Git and know what edits you want to make without my help. So I chose to let Git decide on the default branch name. They're eventually going to change the default from master to main to be more inclusive, but I'm lazy and just going to let Git handle that for me when they're ready to make that official. I chose the recommended path settings, and if you have your own SSH tool, you can select the bottom option. I haven't tried this, so you're on your own if you go that route. Default HTTPS open SSL option, and Windows has a silly way with their slashes being backwards, so we have to do some conversion with their checkout Windows style commit and Unix style line headings option. I chose the default min-t or min-tty option. Feel free to read the descriptions for each of those options. Default fast forward or merge. Git credential manager. I didn't read this, so I'm not sure of the details, but I trust the defaults. And enable file system caching is left as checked. I leave these unchecked since they're experimental as of watching. I clicked finish with the view release notes checked, so it opened that up in a web browser, so we can just close that out. The next step is to check it works by running a git command in the command prompt. So open up a terminal window and type git --version. If we get a response, that's a good sign it's installed properly. Next, we can visit the Getting Started guide by searching for Git Getting Started in a search engine. And then choose the gitsem.com result.
And then there should be a page that basically just tells you how to set things up. And then down here in this your identity section, we have this git config global, and you can enter your username and email that is associated with the commits that you will make in your projects. So I'm going to just type this in, git config -- global, git config -- global, and then user.name. I'm going to say John curry for me, and then git config global user.email. Oh, is there no string? Okay, so email, and then, whatever your email is. Hit enter. And then we already set up the core editor in the install for Windows section, or at least I did, but if you didn't, then you can just do git config -- global core.editor Emacs, or whatever editor you want to use. And here's an example of how to do that. You just got to find the exe file for your editor. So use this example below here if you need to set that up.
And that's pretty much it for setting up Git on a Windows machine. We still have to talk about GitHub or Bitbucket or whatever, but that is going to be a separate section. And then now we just need to learn how to use Git. Thank you for watching the video. Please subscribe to our channel and click the bell to be notified when we release new tutorials. Also be sure to like the video and leave a comment to let us know what you think. Lastly, check out the link or links in the description. We usually create a blog post to go with the tutorial, and we might have a newsletter or course or something to check out as well. Have a good day, and I'll see you next time.